Hi everyone! So in today's video I'm going to talk about the biggest lies that are spread about Amazon KDP on YouTube. This will include false information, clickbait stuff, and harmful advice that is taught to you. And also I will teach you some of the red flags so you can spot these channels in the future. Alright, so I hope this will be eye-opening to you and useful. So let's get right into this video. Alright, so the first lie, self-publishing is a get-rich-quick scheme. The reality is that self-publishing takes time, effort, and consistency. Most authors don't see significant profits immediately, and success often comes after multiple books and marketing. So Amazon KDP is not get-rich-quick. It takes time, effort, consistency, and learning from your mistakes. Alright, so the second lie is making $10,000 with one book. The reality is that most people never make $10,000 with one single book. And the few people that do make $10,000 with one single book, they are pros at publishing and they've been doing it for a long time. Also, the other thing to consider when you do see these sales estimates of one book making $10,000 per month, that does not account for someone doing Amazon ads. So someone could be doing Amazon ads and spending $10,000 on ads to get $10,000 in sales and then make no profits. We've seen this all the time with ClickFunnels too. All these guys with their big plaques making $1 million in a funnel. What we don't see is them actually spending $1 million in a funnel and then having no profits. So a lot of people can make money on Amazon KDP, but not actually profits. So just keep that in mind. If you see these big flashy numbers from someone making $300,000 or $10,000 or $1 million, that could all be no profit at all, and it's nothing to even brag about. All right, something else we've seen on YouTube is doubling your sales overnight. So there's one thing on that. Most book or listing changes take more than 24 hours to go live. Low content books take even longer. So that by itself makes that statement impossible. And then also, what does doubling your sales overnight mean? I mean, just doubling your sales in general. So are we talking 1 to 2 sales? Because then you're just adding one more sale. But like if you're Clear and I, who have sold 220,000 books, I can promise you that there's nothing we can do overnight to ever double our books no matter what happens. So this is just clickbait. It's not true. It doesn't happen. You haven't seen anyone that can double their sales overnight, especially because book changes don't even go live within 24 hours. So just when you hear that, know this is just clickbait and false and ignore it, okay? All right, so here's some lifetime statistics I found online. So the top 0.1% of self-published authors will sell 200,000 books in their lifetime. The top 1% of self-published authors will sell over 100,000 books. All right, but now the reality kicks in for most people, and that is that only 5 to 10% of authors will sell over 5,000 books. So that is a very small number that will even get to that range. And then 80 to 90% of self-published authors will sell less than 1,000 books in their lifetime. So this is just the averages of people getting results on Amazon KDP and self-publishing. So this is the true data. So when you see $10,000 a month or 10,000 books a month or doubling your sales, it just doesn't happen for majority of the people. All right, so here's our first red flag. So if you see someone constantly bragging about results, people usually claim they have biggest results, don't. So how many years ago did they have good results? Was it 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago? Just because someone had good results even 3 years ago doesn't mean they can still get the same results today. And that is because Amazon KDP, as you well know, is getting more and more competitive, getting more and more books, more and more authors. So it is getting harder to succeed on Amazon. I'm not saying it's impossible, and I still think it's very doable, but the reality is the more people compete, the harder it will get. So that is just something to keep in mind. Just because someone did it once or even twice a couple years ago doesn't mean they're still doing it today. And the more important thing is, have you ever seen the person talking about their sales actually sharing the book? Most people never share any books. Clea and I have not shared most of our books. We have shared some books publicly. We have even written a book about self-publishing that is publicly available on Amazon. It's an ebook, Kindle book, audiobook. So that is just something to keep in mind. How do you know that the person who's telling you what to do on Amazon KDP is actually telling you the right thing or even telling you what they are doing? If they have not shown you a single book, they might be fully lying. They might not even be publishing anymore. How do you know they're even actively publishing instead of just showing you how to do something on YouTube? Maybe they're actually just YouTubers and not publishers. So keep that in mind when you see the next braggings on YouTube. All right, so the next lie is minimal effort is required. Sometimes you see these videos of make a book with no writing or make a book with no text or, make it with AI or any of that crap. And sure, a notebook is really easy to make, or a coloring book if you're using AI, really easy and really fast to make, but it doesn't mean it's the highest quality, and it definitely doesn't mean that you're going to sell copies of that book. So most books, high quality books, it takes writing, editing, even if it's not written, it takes skills in formatting it correctly, making it look good, making it look nice. Designing a high quality cover, it takes time or it costs money. And most of these guys you see on Fiverr, they don't make high quality covers. They have templates and they give every person that pays them $5 or $10 the exact same template, the exact same look. So there's nothing special about your cover. So to get a good selling book, majority of the time it takes a lot of work and a lot of effort. Sure, some people get lucky with one book, but it doesn't mean that they do it every single time to get good results. So another lie that you often see on YouTube is that you can make an AI book with ChatGPT and you don't need any editing, or you can just use AI to edit your book, and that's also not true. If you just think about it, when is the last time you saw a best-selling book that was made with AI? I've personally never seen one. I've checked the top 100 lists on Amazon just out of curiosity many times, and I check it consistently, and I've never seen a book that was written by AI. So if you want to get good results with Amazon KDP, that is just something to think about. I'm not against AI. I love AI. I think AI has its right place. I think it has its usefulnesses. But if you want to make a lot of sales on Amazon, writing a book with ChatGPT is just not a proven thing. And the other thing I want to mention here is that you can hire a freelancer or a ghostwriter to write or edit your book. But Cleo and I have personally worked with some people on Fiverr and had terrible results. We've tried ghostwriting just for fun to see what the results were like. And we shared some of those results with some of our members in our Facebook group. And every single person thought that's what we showed them was written with AI and not natural. So the results were terrible. So you really have to find a really high quality person. And just because they have good reviews doesn't mean that those reviews are also honest. It sucks hearing that, but it's just really true. So if you are going to use AI for writing, you should use it for inspiration or rewriting something to see how it would rewrite it. But then ultimately you should rewrite it yourself again. A book that is written with AI is just easily able to be seen by most people reading a book. And if people were wanting to read a book with AI, they would just create their own book on ChatGPT and read it themselves instead of going to Amazon KDP and finding a high quality book. All right, so another thing is that book covers don't matter much. This is just really not true. The book cover is what really gets the person to look at it and to get interested in the book, because it is what stands out on the Amazon KDP listing. When a person is searching on Amazon, what they see is the title, the book cover, and a price and review, so the average star rating. They don't see the book interior before even clicking on it. So if the cover doesn't interest them or if the title doesn't interest them, they're not even going to click on it to see what the interior might look like. So the cover is super important. All right, another thing you see often on YouTube is that low content books are a guaranteed moneymaker, and this is not true. Obviously, low content books are easy to make and they're fast to make, but a lot of the times these books are really low price, so the profit margins are low and are even more competitive than medium or high content books. So keep that in mind. Low content books are great, but they're not guaranteed to make you money. All right, so red flag number 2. If someone always tells you you need 20 or 30 reviews to launch a book, that is not truthful. Sure, reviews can help, but Cleo and I have tons of books that took off without any reviews. Let the reviews come naturally. Next time someone claims you need reviews, check the video description for a review website with an affiliate link, or a link to another video which has a review affiliate link. And if you see an affiliate link to a review website, that will be the clear answer and everything you need to know. If they're telling you to use a review website, they are making money off of you getting reviews. So the real benefit is them making money and promoting that for their own purposes. All right, so Amazon ads will automatically generate sales. This is another lie you see often. You see all these videos of how easy Amazon ads are and how easy it is to get results. And that is just not true. A lot of campaigns will never be profitable and will have to be turned off and managed. The truth is that Amazon KDP ads can be easy, especially if you do auto campaigns. But just because they're easy doesn't mean that they are profitable. So if they're not profitable, there's things you need to do to make them profitable, like lowering the bids or doing negative exact match targeting, or trying different bidding strategies like down only or up and down, or there's many different things you can try. But not every campaign will be profitable even after trying many different tactics to make it profitable. If you follow all of the best practices for Amazon KDP ads, of course, you're going to have good results overall, but as a beginner, it does take trial and error and learning from your mistakes and slowly optimizing those campaigns and then getting them to be profitable. And the other thing just about automatic ads and just ads in general, some people will tell you running Amazon ads will help you with organic rankings. While that is true, what is not true is that if you have an unprofitable campaign that is costing you and losing you money, that does not equal high rankings on Amazon. If Amazon can tell that your campaign is unprofitable, which would equal a lot of clicks and no or little sales, why would they reward your books in organic rankings if it has a lot of clicks but no sales? That would clearly be an indicator that your listing isn't as good as other books. And Amazon wants to be the best platform to make the customer as happy as possible. And to make a person happy is to show them the best results possible. So if your book is not doing well in Amazon ads, you're definitely not seeing a boost organically because of that. So just keep that in mind. All right, so the other thing is keywords are the only important factor. So that is also just not really true. Keywords are super, super important for getting discovered, but your book title, your cover, your pricing, your book description, your book interior are equally important to get sales on Amazon, and especially true in the long term. Maybe if you have good keywords, you can get clicks early on, but let's say, for example, that your listing is really low quality and someone gives you a 1-star review, now your sales are going to plummet and they're not going to continue. To do really well on Amazon, you need to be as close to 4 stars or even higher for it to continuously get sales. We have checked all of our books, and anything below 3.7 stars does not tend to do well at all. And if you look at the top 100 books on Amazon, you're going to see that they have a higher average than 4.5 stars. So you need to have the full package that is good, not just the keywords or not just the interior, but the entire thing needs to be good. All right, so we've talked about this a little bit, but anyone can publish without writing skills. So that is just not true. Obviously, notebooks don't require writing skills, but if you want to be a writer, don't use AI to write your first book. Rather start with smaller books like children's books. Those are shorter stories. Those are a bit easier to learn how to write, but start with what you can actually do. Take courses on how to write, how to become an author, watch lots of YouTube videos, go on Udemy and take a cheap course. Learn how to write a book. There's a lot of things that go into it. When I wrote my first book, it took a lot of editing, a lot of writing, and a lot of learning how to compose a book, how to write, how to edit, how to format the book. That was a steep learning curve, but start with easier books and then work your way into more complex books. That would be what I would recommend. The next lie, which used to be true but is not true anymore, is that publishing lots of books quickly is a key to success. Years ago, Amazon KDP didn't have an upload limit. You could upload tons of books every day, but now quality matters more than quantity. So it is a quality and then quantity game. But now Amazon KDP has it limited to 3 books per day, which if you're doing low content books, that is really low, but it is what it is. So what you need to do is make those books count. Make them the highest possible quality, the best possible titles, the best possible covers, the best possible descriptions, and if you can, do Amazon ads, and that is what really is going to give you success. All right, so red flag number 3, clickbait titles. Channels mostly using clickbait titles like how to become a bestseller overnight, W sales overnight, or anything like that. They tend to overpromise and are focused on getting views. They're focused on getting clicks and making money with YouTube and their affiliate links. So just because they're getting you to click and they're getting lots of views doesn't mean that this is advice you should be following. Find the channels that give you true advice, that seem to be interested in actually helping you, and that are the real ones, okay? If it's just clickbait stuff, that is not what is actually worth watching. A lot of the smaller channels that you can find on YouTube, they are actually giving you the best advice because they're really hungry for getting good views. So they're putting in a ton of effort into high quality videos and sharing all of their knowledge. Some people have a lot of clickbaits and they promote their paid courses that are sometimes hundreds or thousands of dollars, and they have to get lots of clicks to get a lot of sales on those courses. So next thing, you'll make passive income forever. That is just not true. Amazon KDP is not fully passive. And while some of it can be passively seeming, especially after months and months of work, it is not true forever. So like if you have one book that is selling really, really well, it doesn't mean that that book will sell forever. So sometimes books can sell really well for a few months. Sometimes a book can sell really well for a few years. But at some point in time, it is very likely that a book will stop selling, or at least stop selling a lot. We have seen this over and over again. So what you need to do is continuously create more and more books, especially if you're doing low content books or medium content books. You need to continue to create high quality books in similar niches, in new niches, and continue to get better, make better covers, make better titles, make better interiors, and that's what's going to give you the success. All right, so the other thing is, once your book is published, it will sell automatically. Sometimes on YouTube or TikTok in the short videos, you're going to see someone talking about notebooks or planners or some simple book. All you do is publish it, use a simple template from Canva, upload it, and you're going to start making money. In most cases, 90% of people will never get a sale from low quality books that they're publishing. So to do really well on Amazon KDP, you need to find a good niche. Just publishing a random planner or a random notebook or a random puzzle book is not going to guarantee you sales. You need to find the right niche, and in that niche, you need to find a good title for your book. You need to find the right 7 backend keywords. You need to create a high quality cover, a good title, have a good price, have a good description, have a good A+ content if you're doing A+ content, and this overall good package, and that is what's going to get you sales. And as we go into the future, Amazon ads will become more and more important, because as it gets more competitive, you need ways to stand out. And one of the easiest ways to stand out is by doing Amazon ads. Obviously, you can do other social media marketing, but Amazon ads would be comparatively the easiest thing and the thing that can get you the fastest results, because you can start getting clicks to your listings within 24 hours. All right, so next thing is all you need is one good book. That is one of the biggest lies, and it is just not true. So while one book can perform really well, most successful people tend to publish many books to start seeing one of their books do really, really well. Obviously, there's extreme cases where someone can publish one book and do really well with it, or publish their first book and it takes off. Some people get lucky, some people have early skills, but for a vast majority of people, this will not be the case. So especially if you're doing medium content books, low content books, you need to be prepared for a long journey and for doing lots of books over a long period of time. So for most of you, Amazon KDP will really be a consistency game and publishing one book after the other and keeping going. But quality is key these days, okay? All right, so the other thing is that you don't need to worry about legalities. Some people always complain on Facebook groups that they see people doing Spider-Man coloring books or Harry Potter coloring books or Taylor Swift books, and some people get away with it, and that is true. I have no idea how and why people get away with it. The truth is that people don't get away with it for long. After some months or after a year or whatever, people will get caught, and Amazon does catch on, and they will block your accounts. And once your account is blocked, you don't get more royalties. You can't publish more books. So if you're playing the long game, it is not worth it. So keep it safe. Don't copy other people's books. Don't do obvious trademark violations like copying brand names and stuff like that. Be original. Stay away from big names. Stay away from brands. Find your own niches, just create simple books that don't have possible violations. All right, red flag number 4. Unrealistic earning claims. So some channels will regularly make claims like making 10,000 a month is easy, or get rich quick with self-publishing, or just any variations like that make it seem like you can easily make $10,000 or you can easily get rich with KDP, and that is just not true. So if you see that, you should unsubscribe, block them, don't watch those videos again, because anyone's going to give you any of these false promises is really not worth watching at all. All right, so I guess this we've already spoken about a bit. The legalities, definitely follow Amazon KDP guidelines, read them. You can watch my video where I show and go over every single KDP guideline, but really get to know them, follow them, and make that your #1 priority. All right, so this was a bit of a more serious video, but I've just seen too many videos that give you false hopes and false advice and even wrong advice. So I felt I had to make this video, and I hope you find this useful. And let me know in the comments any other videos you want me to make, and then I'll see you in the future. Bye!